welcome to my channel. Today is going to be a little bit of a longer video because I'm finishing up my December daily. The last couple days, obviously, of my December daily are jam-packed full of photos because that's like Christmas Day and Boxing Day, and that's when we did most of our Christmas stuff. I don't know if all countries have Boxing Day. I believe Australia has Boxing Day. It's just the day after Christmas, and everyone gets it off. Everything's closed, so kind of extends the Christmas holiday a little bit, which I love. I don't know. Do all countries have it? I have no idea. But when I say Boxing Day, I mean the 26th. So that's pretty awesome that like most things are closed, and like I said, it kind of makes the holidays a little bit longer. So I'm documenting the 25th and the 26th, which were jam-packed with family things. And so because I'm kind of at the end and I have less product to work with and I'm kind of feeling the itch to move on from Christmas, I didn't really embellish as much and it doesn't look as pretty, I guess you could say, as other pages have. It's more just about getting these memories documented. And there were just so many pictures, and I didn't really have time on Christmas to think about what or how to take the picture to make it look quote unquote pretty. So some of the pictures are just, blurry or busy backgrounds or not great lighting, stuff like that. But I really wanted these memories documented. It's not really about the looks, it's more about the memories. And I do apologize. I'm having some issues with my tripod and it starts to like slide over the video. I hope it's not too bad, but just if it does bother you, notice it. That's why. Working on figuring out why my tripod has been a little bugger lately. But yeah, so like I said, keeping things simple. So this was the 25th, and I was really lucky to not have to work Christmas Eve and Christmas Day this year. My coworkers are wonderful people and kind of took those shifts for me. I work in a group home of people with disabilities. So, of course, there are always shifts because it's somebody's home. So, and I spent Christmas with them last year. I slept overnight Christmas Eve to Christmas Day, and it was a lot of fun. It was great. But, of course, there's nothing like spending Christmas morning with your family. Andy and I, and of course Harvey, got to spend Christmas morning together and exchange gifts. And we actually bought stockings for the first time. We've been married for almost 5 years and together for maybe 8 years. And we've never, like, when I was like living at home, we did stockings, but together we've never done stockings for each other. And the whole thing was supposed to just be stocking stuffers. But they were a little bit bigger than stocking stuffers because we like to do that kind of stuff for each other. So as you can see, these pictures are very busy and not necessarily aesthetically pleasing. But there were so many fun memories that morning that I wanted all the pictures in there. Harvey got a Meow box, which is, I don't know, I guess some company. Sorry, I had to pause for a second because I forgot to delete a part in this video where I adjusted the tripod. Anyway, as I was saying, Harvey got a Meow box, which is basically, you can get it as a subscription, but we just got her one box, and it's like cat toys and cat treats, and she loved them more than any other toy we've ever gotten her. She loved these. So I am assuming they were filled with catnip because there was something about them that she could not resist these toys. And she's a pretty lazy cat. You guys know she likes to just lay in front of my camera in these videos. So she's pretty lazy, but she liked these toys. So that's really great. So maybe again, we'll do it next year or something because it definitely got her playing, and she'll play with it on her own, which is really fun. I kind of forgot I had this paper pad. I believe it's from Merry Days, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have my Christmas stuff out anymore, so I can't look. But it's just the paper pad, so it is a little bit thinner, but I cut some cut aparts out of that, and that made it really easy to have some filler cards, especially because at this point I was really running low. I had used up most of my wild hair kits. I just have that ephemera in that little bowl, but the sticker sheet was basically used up. Almost all the papers were used up. So I really needed to find some things for my stash because this is quite a large album. Um, and I like to adhere the photos back to back because sometimes they slip, and especially if I'm using pattern paper, then it might look funny if they're like different sizes because sometimes the printer I have is the Canon Selphy, and sometimes they don't print like the actual size, which is really frustrating. They're just a little bit off, but that's okay. I still use it anyway, and it works. I make it work. It's no big deal. For this one, I kind of made it simple and just stuck that Santa in the middle of that page because I didn't feel like embellishing. I didn't have a lot of like little embellishments. I didn't have like phrases or little hearts or stars or anything like that. So I was kind of stuck in that regard, but at the same time, like I said, I didn't really care. I just kind of wanted to get it done. I know this video is a little bit long, so if you need to, and also it's really fast because I sped it up more than usual. So if you need to, you can on the YouTube, like on the YouTube video, you can make it go slower if that is easier for you. I try to take it a lot, like when I do journaling and stuff like that, I try to just cut it out altogether so that it wasn't so long, but the video still got pretty long, and it was hard to find the parts where where like this, where I'm like doing nothing. I could have cut this out, but of course I didn't see that when I was editing. This movie was 50 minutes long, almost an hour long. So it was, I didn't really want to watch through the whole thing while editing it because I'd rather just get it up and hope people enjoy it. And if not, click out of this. Doesn't bother me. Just thought I'd share it anyway. It was just easier to do it this way for me. And I'm kind of done with Christmas crafting. I'm not sure about you, but definitely ready to move on. When I closed this album, when I was finished this video, I was like, okay, we're cleaning up the Christmas stuff. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw that day that I just had this huge mess on my desk, and it was driving me crazy because I was working on some Christmas things, and I also had my All Heart plus some extras collection out, working on some other projects and some other mail. But it got a little messy. No, it got really messy. And I was just so ready. I was so ready to move on from Christmas to Valentine's because I have a really big swap coming up that I'm really excited about that I need to get moving on. And I have a lot of product for that. I have my wild hair kits that I'm working on for this project. And I requested like a pink heart Valentine themed. And then I ordered a bunch of Valentine stuff, which was really fun. Some stuff I haven't worked with, some collections I haven't worked with before, some newer, that new Pink Paisley, I think is it Pink Paisley Valentine's line? So I'm really excited for those. So in the month of January and February, you'll probably see a lot of Valentine's videos. And then also for Valentine's projects, I'm also going to use the All Heart collection. So I have a lot to work with, which is really exciting to just clear my desk of all the Christmas stuff, everything else, and just go through it and figure out what I'm using for Valentine's Day and what I have to work with. And I have like a blank slate now. I know exactly what I want to make for this project, so I'm ready to go. For these pages, I accidentally printed out these 2x3 photos with a border, which made them even smaller than 2x3, especially with the way the Selphy printer prints. So I actually cropped them to look like little Polaroids, and I like the way that looked. I think it was actually really cute. I wouldn't have done it with every photo, but I like the way it looks for the last couple of days of photos, and it didn't bother me at first. I was like, why are they so small? And then I realized why, but I think it added kind of a different charm to the pages. So I'm basically just using up the last pieces of my chipboard that I have in my stash and sticker sheets, both from my kit and from my stash, and just adhering them down. Trying to find other things from my stash to fill it up. And here is my last page. So, so on Christmas Day, we exchanged gifts and to each other. And then we went to Andy's parents' house for gifts. And then we went to Andy's grandparents' house for gifts. Well, it wasn't for gifts. It was just for like a lunch. And then we came home and just hung out and stuff. We visited my mom very briefly. But then the next day, on Boxing Day, we went to my brother's house for my immediate family Christmas thing, which was really fun. And we played games and stuff like that. And I'm trying to look at these pictures and remember what else. Oh, yes. And you know what? I did add a few photos from the days after. So Boxing Day would have been Thursday. Friday, I didn't document. I just kind of documented whatever pictures I had left from the last couple of days of the year. On the Saturday, we had like a little drop-in thing for my mom's side of the family, and my brother dressed as Santa because there are a few little kids there, my cousin's kids. So we had a Santa there, and so I just have some pictures of that and my Omi, which is my grandma, opening her gift. And yeah. Oh, and then the Sunday, which would have been, so the 26th was Thursday. So the 29th, I believe, my husband and brother, as you guys know, they have season tickets to the Buffalo Bills, and it was their last game, last game, and it was a home game. So they went to it, obviously. And funny enough, Chad Michael Murray was there. And if you don't know who he is, think of Freaky Friday with Lindsay Lohan, or A Cinderella Story with Hilary Duff, or Dawson's Creek. Apparently he was on Riverdale. I haven't watched Riverdale yet. Gilmore Girls, classic. So he, I guess, is filming like a web show or something about NFL fans, I think, if that's correct. And so he was there at the game, and my brother and my husband got to chat with him and his wife, and he didn't really know who he was at first. And so when he said to me, "Do you know who Chad Michael Murray is?" I didn't see the word Chad. I just saw Michael Murray, and I was like, I don't know who Michael Murray is. And then so I Googled it, and Google corrected me to Chad Michael Murray. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I know who that is. Like, he's like classic 2000s, 90s actor. And so if you Google him, you will definitely know who he is. If you're a millennial, you will know who he is. Yeah, so I thought that was super funny. So I documented that as well. And almost finishing up here, I will slow down in a minute in a couple seconds, and show you the close-ups. There was one page that I did a little bit of journaling on that you saw that wasn't a part of the like a pocket page. Just put a picture on one side and then some journaling on the other side, because I just didn't want to forget some of these silly things. And yeah, I surprisingly really ran out of numbers, which I usually don't like getting numbers in thickers, but I was running out of twos. So here are some close-ups. Yeah, I had fun with this project, but then I think once it got to the 25th and 26th, it got pretty overwhelming. Oh yeah, I got a Wilderness Explorer up hat for a trip to Disney in January, and then I got a Star Wars shirt too, so I'll wear that at Disney as well. Anyway, that's it for me. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye.